Hi, welcome to the Random Hour and Random Incorporated. We are joined today by a streamer known as Black Thanos. He does
Thanos, the floor is yours.
Pokemon. He does Pokemon videos. He streams just about every day, and we're gonna talk about some nerdy content.
Yeah, so yeah, as I already said, I am Black Thanos. I have been streaming for less than a year. I am a Poke streamer. I started off back on April the 10th, and I have not missed a live since then. I've been live every single day. It all started because I had won enough money to get a computer and to start streaming. And first I was intimidated and I messed up a whole lot. But then I saw somebody playing Pokemon Infinite Fusion, which is a game where you can fuse two Pokemon together, and it's, for most OG Pokemon fans, it's like blasphemy. And I looked at it and said, if they can do it, I can do it. So I started doing it, and I've been streaming, like I said, every day. I'm really dedicated to this. I have a whole community that have my Discord. Shout out to all my mods, Original, Kanto, D Crow, Haley, so many other people. I mean, I can go over my mods all day long. But shout out to them. I had to give them a quick shout out. But yeah, so I've been doing that. I stream a variety of Pokemon games. ROM hacks, that's where they take like Pokemon Red and then they modify it and add new Pokemon to it. So I play a lot of games to keep people interested. But besides what I do as a Poke streamer, as a person, like I said, my community, we help so many people through our mental health chat. We did we helped do a toy drive for this one lady who I think she lost her husband and she was trying to get toys for the kids. So one of my friends knew her. So we donated money and got the kids, gave the kid a Christmas and the kids a Christmas and everything. My community is more so just about helping people and growing, and that no matter who you are, no matter what your background is, no matter whatever the case may be, that you can come into this community and feel loved and feel accepted and feel like a human being. So I stream on TikTok, like I said, Black Thanos. I stream on, occasionally stream on Twitch. I'm working on that. I have a YouTube channel that I'm working on too, but I have to be careful because, they're very, they are, certain ways about music. So I have to be careful and tiptoe around that. But yeah, I stream every day.
Yeah, no, we know about the old YouTube thing. I've also gotten a strike. So we're starting which some people that are fans of our channel know, we started actually doing gaming videos too. It's called Random Games. It's our own little playlist, but I've done FIFA and Kyle's done check out the previous video where I played Dragon Age, the third Dragon Age.
And I did Kyle, the voiceover.
He did. And he's just he's like, why did you do this? I said, we're trying something new for the channel. So he literally sat in my office when he came down to visit me and my wife. I said, have fun. So I shut the door, and I just hear him yelling in the other room, Devin, why did you stop moving? Why is he Why did you choose to slay the beast with fire instead of ice? Doofenshmirtz. Why'd you name him Doofenshmirtz? Bro,
no, there was one point. There was one point. I was like, he's Googling a name right now. And then all of a sudden, Doofenshmirtz pops up. And I was like, yep. That doesn't explain the awful fade, though.
You like that fade haircut. You know you do.
That was awful.
It's not an awful fade. It's a good fade. And he's a wizard.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That's the greatest thing about video games is that it lets you escape from just the craziness of life, You go through so much stuff. I had to wrap my mind around the fact that we pay money to put gas in our car to go to work to pay money. It's like an infinite loop of just, oh man. So yeah, I understand.
No, it's not that bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Thanos, I know you're a Pokemon lover, but are you a big DC Marvel fan?
Yes. Look, my name literally. So I'll go over this really quick. My name, Black Thanos. Go ahead.
I just realized what I said. I just realized what I did as soon as I
let it happen.
As soon as I said, it's too late. It's already here.
Yeah. So shout out to my brother. He was kind of the originator of the name, because as you can see, like I'm a pretty built guy, and so one day he jumped on my back just playing around. Like, he's not as big as I am, and I just kept walking with him like he was a backpack. And he was like, man, he was like, yeah, you're built like Thanos. And so when I was coming up with my name, I'm like, okay, I can't be calling myself Thanos because that's not original. Then I was like, I'm Black Thanos. That's where the name came from, literally. So yeah, shout out to my brother, Chef Hudson on TikTok too. He is a Gordon Ramsay level chef as far as what he cooks. Anyways.
Oh man, that's great.
My
Yeah, no,
girlfriend would love that.
she will. Dude, it's funny. We actually work. I mean, I know you can't tell from the angles we're sitting at, but we work out too. I'm big on upper body. Last time I checked myself, I'm at 5'5". Oh, and here's Jack, everybody. Jack's had to come say hey. He heard that we were actually recording. I told you I told you he does this. It doesn't matter if I'm just sitting on the phone with somebody, but as soon as he knows we're recording, he's like, I'm here.
I mean, people love dogs. It's good.
Oh,
It's good for the content.
funny
Oh yeah.
story. I had him in the car with me one time. Are you familiar with a restaurant called Freddy's?
Yes.
Not
I
the Five
literally
Nights
had.
one.
Well, it's a restaurant. They do custard, and I literally had him in my passenger seat, and the girl goes, "Oh my God, can he have a puff cup?" I'm like, "The hell's a puff cup?" And she's like, "Whipped cream." Okay, give it to him. And he got like 3 of them suckers. I was like, "Must be nice."
Must be nice just to, get free stuff and just sit there and be adorable.
Oh yeah, and he knows it too. Look, he's perking up. He's like, "Am I getting a pup cup?" No, you're not. You're gonna sit here and look pretty, I guess. The next however long we are. But Lord have mercy. But yeah, no, we feel that's another thing. We're regular gym goers ourselves, and we want. What kind of routine do you normally do? That was one of the questions we are going to ask you.
Oh, so what I do is I pick a body part every day and then I just
Mhm.
work on it. So my weekends I usually do leg day, but Monday I do like arms and chest. Tuesday usually about core. I skip Wednesday. Thursday is about cardio. I pick a part and I just really just emphasize on it, because I know that when I work on when I give 10% to each body part, it doesn't pause. When I give 10% to each body part, it doesn't I don't see the results as much, and so I just go 100% on one part every day.
Okay. Yeah, because I know Devin's much more on upper body. I'm much more on lower body, and Devin introduced me to weights, and so I've been going from cardio to try to do more weights. It's been interesting, and I know that I'll go 100%, and I'll be like, I can go further, and in fact cannot go further.
Oh,
Um,
dude, I have this funny story. So I coach for a living, and I work out with the kids. And the kids, every time we max out, they're like, "Coach Dev, get underneath the bar, let's go." And I'm like, "All right, watch this, dude." These kids love it when, as coaches, if we go underneath the bar, oh, dude, they're going crazy. Heck, earlier this week, we were doing 2-minute planks, and I called out one of my senior D linemen. I said, "I'm gonna compete with you, Towser. You and me, come on." And they're all sitting there struggling on the walls. I'm like, how am I at 27 years old and I'm 205? How am I outlifting all? How am I lasting all of you? Come on,
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, the competitive spirit is something else, man. It really is.
man. But I love it. Like Kyle says, I'm more of an upper body guy. Usually, what I do is, which I have learned that if I don't hit cardio, oh man, I get the muffin top bad. You know what I'm talking about? The little muffin top.
Yeah, that's my thing. I gotta get more away from cardio. I mean, not cardio, from weights, and do more cardio. One thing I like to do is I like to go live and I will talk to people while walking on the treadmill. I don't run and talk because I don't want to fall.
oh yeah,
But yeah, I'll walk and talk to people and all that. It's like a little bonus live.
when I'm at work a lot because that's when our schedules line up the best. Um, and I was locking up what at time was our off campus for College of Business where Devin went to school. Um, and I've locked the door and I'm looking at this lady and she tries to come in the building. She goes, "This isn't the Mexican restaurant. I promise I'm not drunk yet." And just walks off. And I'm like, "Devin, please tell me you picked that up." I'm really hoping that none of you picked that up. Because it was
I
the
did
most
not pick
random
that
thing.
up.
Because she walked into the door, like the door was locked, so she walked into it, got confused, looked around, and goes, "This ain't a Mexican restaurant." Then sees me and goes, "I promise I'm not drunk yet," and just walks off.
If that isn't someone admitting guilt, I don't know what is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the oh man, from my like I said, for those that don't know, I am a pre-K teacher as well. So yeah, the stuff you hear, my goodness. I was sitting there talking to the kids one time, middle circle time. We're talking about colors and we're trying to expand their mind. And I'm talking to them and I'm like, so does anybody know, we're talking about scientists. And I was like, does anybody know who's a scientist? And this is my very first year teaching. This is before, the whole pandemic started and all that. The most innocent girl, she yells, "Pickle Rick!" And I'm like, technically, you're right. He is a scientist. I can't screaming Pickle Rick because you're right. Yeah,
Did you give her any points that day? Please tell me you gave her some
Let's give her a
credit.
high five. I'm like, you know what? You earned that. You're not even remotely in trouble. I applaud you, little lady.
Oh my goodness, that is so great. I wish some kids would just be like, "Go Dev, Pickle Rick." I can't
And
give
it
you
was
any credit, right?
timing in the delivery. She had not said that any previously to that day. So then to come out of left field, it is well like if she was a troublemaker, I'm like, oh yeah. But to come out of left field with that, I was like, I just bust out laughing. I couldn't help it. Pokemon Red, then Gold, Silver. I played through all the generations. I think I didn't beat Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. That's the only one I haven't played, but I need to sit down and play it. But yeah. So I've played pretty much every Pokemon, and so it also reason why I wanted to become a streamer was because I was playing these Pokemon games, and I watched a TikTok video where this guy was like, "I don't play video games for free." He was like, if I'm playing a video game, I'm getting paid to do it. Whether he's playing Madden and competing, or whether he's something. He said, because we only have so many hours in a day. He said, if I can make money from what I do, then I'm gonna do it. And I was like, well, I like Pokemon, and if I can get paid to play Pokemon, that's a dream come true. So I started wanting to stream from there, and then started streaming, and all of a sudden, it just blew up, man. It was wild.
Okay. Yeah, because I know my elder sister got into Pokemon because of a guy, and it came out around the time I was born. And then so I got all of her hand-me-down stuff and the original Game Boy and Pokemon Red. And I played that thing, and I don't know how I didn't wear out the cartridge, but I always made Squirtle, Bulbasaur. No, I made Squirtle, Wardle, and then Bulbasaur, and I maxed it out because I would grind. And then all my cousins would be like, "Hey, I'm not into Pokemon anymore," and just give me them. And I ended up playing up to I think X and Y, and then I kind of fell off because I got too busy with college and stuff. But Pokemon was a good chunk of my childhood. And then when Pokemon Go came out, I would play it all the time. But I had to stop playing it because it kept making my phone die because I kept playing to the point where I'd be on 1%.
Yeah, I would drive around neighborhoods where I knew the Pokestops were, and I would just go in circles. I'm surprised the cops didn't pull me over for just circling the same block over and over and over again. I'm just like, I was upset, spinning the Pokestops, battling the gyms and all that. I still have the game. With my schedule, I don't get out as much to do that. But if I'm in a heavy, airports or big cities, whenever I go to Vegas, I'll do some Pokemon Go stuff over there.
Oh yeah, we went to Savannah, and I played a little bit. But here at my work, there's a good bit of Pokestop, so I can grind a good bit. But it drains so much of my battery. And then back when I was working the gate, I'd have some people pull up, and they'd be like, "Hi," and it'd be a van full of people, and I'm like, "So what are y'all here for?" And they're like, "It's gonna sound crazy, but there's a Pokemon stop," and I'm like, "I understand." I just need your tag information, one of your IDs. Don't make a big deal out of it, but I can sneak you guys on campus. Just tell me what you get once you get back, and then they'll come down to cut all these. And I'm like, that's awesome, and it was awesome. And then I wasn't part of the group chat that was on the campus one because I was kind of rogue, and I kept taking over the gym, and so they're finally like, you're the one that keeps taking over the gym. Listen, we have a schedule for whose teams in the gym. So if you could just please join the group chat and figure out the schedule and stop kicking us out, that'd be great. And I was like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah. It's a mall that I go to. They had the security guards where so I would have a Pokemon on the gym for like an hour and all of a sudden kicked out. And I'm like, why? Oh, so-and-so, he works there. Of course, he's going to be able to maintain the gym always because he's on schedule there. And I'm like, oh, you lucky son of a gun.
Okay, that's what I was pulling.
I have nothing to contribute to this conversation because I hopped into the Pokemon Go fad, got to level 16, and then my phone would catch on almost on fire every time I played it, and I just deleted it.
Yeah, to be fair, when you were trying to do it, Devin, you kept being like, I'm going to take a picture of every single Pokemon that I catch or encounter. And he was going for a good bit. And I think, how many photos did you get?
Dude, I had like a good 50. I was a big. Do you remember Pokemon Snap? Anybody remember Pokemon Snap? The OG?
Yes.
OG Pokemon Snap?
You can't be an OG Pokemon fan without knowing Pokemon Snap. That's like that's like being I don't know, like being a sports fan but not knowing any of the legends like of your team that you represent. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm a Lakers fan. Who's Kobe?" Like what?
It's the two names Kobe in the gym up on the gym rafters right there, 8 and 24.
Yeah. Who's that guy? Oh, Mamba. What are you talking about? A snake or something? Only my wife can saying something like that because she just got into sports like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's like my wife got big. Yeah, my wife got into football when we started dating. When I started coaching, and I used to be at her house breaking down film, and she'd just be over my shoulder. What's that? Oh, I'm breaking down film. Oh, how do you do it? I said, well, they do this formation, this means that, and yeah. And she'll text me during games like, why'd y'all call that? Oh, we thought it would work.
Yeah, my wife, she got into because we started doing like the sports betting and whatnot, and she likes the Chiefs, mainly because her name is Kelsey, and there's a Kelsey on the team. And she likes like the gold color, and she's like, "Ooh, I could be a Saints fan." And I'm like, no. That's grounds for straight up just leaving you because I'm a Falcons fan. There's no way I'm be married to a Saints fan. That's blasphemy. Such blasphemy. My ex was a Saints fan, and I was just like, I knew I should have known it was going to work then.
Sorry, that's just so funny. Blasphemy, man. You wearing Saint colors, not in this house, which is funny. So back when I first started coaching, one of the guys on staff with me, he did an internship with the Saints. So he had his Saints gear. And I used to wear a Falcon hat around campus. And he looked at me, he's like, for $10, no, he said for $20, wear the Saints hat the whole practice. And I needed that $20. I needed the $20 for gas. I said, I'll wear it. And I threw it in the trash.
So I've got another. Yep. So I've got another question. I think I know the answer to it. What's your favorite Pokemon?
You would think it's the Charmander on my shirt, but really it's.
Oh no, we were guessing Gengar. Like as soon as you, I was watching some of your TikToks. Yeah, I was watching some of your TikToks and Gengar kept popping, and I was like, I think I have an idea of which one it is. Well, just a little.
It wasn't Gengar, believe it or not. It became Gengar like this year. because I have a favorite for every generation, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the Pokemon, I guess some people say Pokemon's anime, some say it's not. But anyway, I'll say anime. The Pokemon anime, it really made me like Gengar because in the most recent season they had an episode about Gengar and how like the trainer abandoned him and he just wanted to be loved and he was like in that house for like 2 years waiting for his trainer to come back.
Yep. So.
And I felt bad for him. I'm like, and I love Gengar. Gengar's big. He's purple. I mean, I'm Black Thanos, so I'm all about the purple as well. And then just the fact of like his story and then how he's such a big and he's a trickster, but he's such a lovable Pokemon. He just wants love, just like all the other Pokemon. And I'm always for like the joke characters in video games and all for like the people that love to just be funny. So I was like, I think I really like Gengar.
All right.
Yep. I'd be a ghost type gym leader more than likely because I like Gengar, I like Mimikyu, I like so many just ghost types and fire types.
Oh yeah. Normally
Have you played Legend of Arceus? Did you pick Cyndaquil?
Yep.
I like the Fire Ghost evolution, the last evolution.
Yes. And so I think they're going to I mean the rumor circling around is that they're going to make another one, but I don't know who the cover, who it's going to be about. Arceus is like the god of he's the god of Pokemon. So
yeah,
who
I beat the main story, but I haven't beat the main story, but I haven't beaten the extra stuff. Like you beat the main game and then like you got those extra missions.
Yeah.
I haven't done those yet. So I beat the game, but I haven't beaten the game. I got so mad. So I Googled the whole Pokédex entry online, and I saw that I need a save file for Pokemon Sword and Shield to get the it's the little green one with flowers on top on its body. It's a newer one. This is gonna bother me. You know what I'm talking about? She's little.
It's crap. And I'm the Pokemon guy. Oh man, now I have to find out the answer to that question. Let's see.
Probably one of those things you're gonna get off the call, and then boom, you'll remember it. Because we'll record a good bit, and then I won't be able to remember something, or Evan won't be. And then like 3 episodes later, it pops up, and we're like, I remembered it, and we actually thought we were recording that right after that.
It should be on the couch or on your table.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fun thing about being an OG Pokemon fan. You forget a lot of stuff.
Well, there's a lot to remember.
There's like, 1,000 Pokemon now? Have you played Scarlet any? I'm struggling with Scarlet.
I played Scarlet. I have not beat the DLC, but I did beat the game.
I like it, but the frame rate sometimes drives me out of it. But I like what they're doing, personally.
Let's see, they got Flabébé, they got crap. Oh, you talking about crap, what is this Pokemon? It's like holding flowers.
She's got flowers on her back. I like how I'm sitting here trying to guess when I got my Chromebook right in front of me, too.
Skip Bloom on its head.
I think it's Skip Bloom.
Yeah, it's like green with a yellow flower on top.
Yep. Little bitty guy.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to have a save file of Sword and Shield to get them, to complete the Pokédex and Legend Arceus. And we all know Nintendo prices won't drop to save their lives, even though the game's like 5 years old.
We'll see. And then that goes into another topic that I did want to address, and you kind of tapped on it. Power World.
I wasn't impressed with it.
I love it, but for one reason. And I know it sounds blasphemous as a Pokemon fan, but I want to put this on the record. A lot of people come to my lives and they're like, "Oh, is this Power World? Is this Power?" I'm like, "No, it's Grand Theft Auto 6 I'm playing for the Nintendo Switch." And it makes me laugh every time. But no, I love the concept of the game. Why? Because Pokemon, and I know this sounds weird coming out of a Pokemon fan, have been unchecked for decades now. They have not had competition. And the only way you're going to get better is by having competition. Just like football. If you have a team that's winning every single year, you're not going to try to get better because it's easier and easier to win. So I like the concept of it. As far as them trying to push Pokemon to be, I'm hoping that they can push Pokemon to be better. I know they're already great. They're a great game, great company, great everything like that. But I know, like with Scarlet and Violet, the graphics could have been better, which it might have been just Switch's fault. But
I think they rushed it personally.
Yeah, I feel like they rushed it too, and they're catering more towards the online aspect of gaming. The World Championship. The terrestrialization was a boring concept for people that just wanted to do the story, but for the people that play competitive, it's a awesome dynamic. I got a Charizard, you got a Blastoise. Oh, now my Charizard's a grass type Charizard to beat your. So I like that aspect of it, but for the story, it wasn't really my cup of tea.
I'm still at the very beginning. Dude, when it comes to video games, and the kids will ask me all the time, because I tell these kids the truth. They're like, Coach Dad, what you play this week? God of War? And then they'll ask me like next week. They're like, Coach Dad, what you playing this week? Batman. Did you finish God of War? No. Why not? I got bored. I can't binge watch and I can't binge play.
No, he's awful at it, and I'm way too good
at
it.
That's why if I know I'm not going to play a game, or I know I'm not going, I don't buy it, and I just wait a month, and then I just YouTube somebody playing it or somebody, the story, so I can just get the gist of the story, because I have such a backlog of games from Switch to PlayStation to Xbox. I literally got the trifecta over here. I never thought I would have the trifecta of systems, but anyways.
What you can't see it over here to my left, dude. I'm looking at my Xbox and my Switch. I've beaten like a handful of games. I'm now at the point where if I've beaten it, I've just uninstalled it off my Xbox, so I know what I need to beat.
Oh, sorry. As I pulled this, Switch. I realized. Yeah, what's my favorite Pokemon? Obviously,
Squirtle.
Yeah. Oh, and then oh my gosh, the community of people that love Vaporeon and Lopunny. I'm just like, this is why
I don't. we were just talking about that.
This is why Pokemon cannot be real. As a child, I always wished Pokemon to be in real life.
And then I always mained water type, and then so I was like, yeah, Vaporeon's pretty cool. And then I found out, oh, this is why they like it.
Yeah, and then like I had one of my mods. Shout out to Kato, like I said, my OG mod. He loves Lopunny. Not like
no.
Not like in a weird way. Like, I mean, yes, in that way, but not to where it's like, dude, you're scaring people away. He's a really good dude. He recommends all my games to where every single game he recommends, it's a hit. People are tuning in, they're having fun. But I have a command just for him in my TikTok. When somebody does like exclamation mark Kato, it shows a Lopunny spinning around and it says Kato sees a mommy. It's just like, oh my God. That and Gardevoir. That's why I'm like, these Pokemon cannot be real. Yeah, I have a whole series about it. Like I have Pokemon that will be the best and worst Pokemon to have in real life. One was like best would be Machop because he could help you move. He'd be a good sparring partner, a good lifting partner. And then worse, Snorlax. He literally eats 400 pounds of food a day. Like, can you imagine how bad the economy would be with Snorlax eating 400 pounds of food? You'd have to eat 3 cows a day.
Let me ask you this. You just opened up another rabbit hole. What do you think about Detective Pikachu when it came out?
The movie of course
the movie, yeah.
The game, but the movie was great. I think they should do a follow-up. I think that Ryan Reynolds helped that overall helped elevate it because his wittiness. I mean, does Ryan Reynolds really make a bad movie?
I mean, Green Lantern. Funny because he likes Green Lantern. So listen.
He poo-pooed on Green Lantern. I feel like that was a rough job.
So on Popcorn Buckets in the random hour, I messed with him because he does not like Green Lantern. We actually reviewed Green Lantern. It's one of our
and it's just the movie. I'm a fan of the comics,
but he hates the movie. So I mess with him every time I'm recording when I can. I'm like, Kyle, we know deep down you have a Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern poster in the background. It's okay, buddy. You're in a safe place. I thought the movie was okay personally, but that's just me. But watching it now, I'm like, oof.
Yeah, it definitely could have been better. It definitely could have been better. I mean, just like as much people love Dragon Ball, they had Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh, I hate Dragon Ball Evolution. I
I mean,
hate
I
it
mean,
so much.
I mean, if you were strapped down to a chair and you had to watch either Green Lantern or Dragon Ball Evolution, you would definitely choose Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Evolution. Like, I'm all about.
Hold up, I'm
I'm all
thinking
about.
about it.
I'm thinking. We reviewed it. We've talked about it on the Random Hour. The movie, the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. When I was a kid, I'm not gonna lie to you. The number one thing that got me as a kid when it came out was, where's Krillin? Where's Krillin? Got Yamcha. Where's Chaozu? Where's Tien?
I think both movies were fairly bad in their own right, but I will say I think Green Lantern may have had the better script.
Oh,
Yeah,
hands down.
but I mean, just watching, just oh my gosh, just oh man, it was so cringy. But I mean, Sorry, getting back on topic. Detective Pikachu, like for such a what I want to say, I wouldn't say roughly made, but for like a new idea, for them to come up with that idea and put it out there in movie. You know, most video game movies are determined to fail. Most before we had Mario, before we had all that, we Detective Pikachu came out and it was like, you know, people weren't sure what it was going to be, and it happened to be really good.
Oh,
So I like
you
the
know what
game.
scared me in that movie? Did Apom in that movie scare you?
Yes, Apom did. It was fun. It's Apom did, but Mr. Mime didn't.
Didn't. Yeah, I was. You think Mr. Mime would be the creepiest one, but Apom would just freak me out. I went and saw it on opening night in theaters because I was like, yeah, man, Pokemon. And this is always my favorite memory, which I kind of like, right? I mean, Pokemon is generated for younger kids. And this is what I kind of like. Me and my brothers, we went, and there was a group of kids. They were sitting there in the theater, which I didn't mind because they were like, Pikachu, Charmander. And I started playing Pokemon up until Black and White. So I didn't know any of them past Black and White until now. And they were like, Apom, or there's Snorlax. Like, they would call it all the Pokemon. And I was like, oh, that's nice. They were playing Pokemon bingo. It was priceless. They were no more than like elementary school age.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what me and my nephew did.
yeah. I think I went and saw that with my nephew. But one of the things that I do as a TikTok Pokemon or Poke streamer is some of my content. What I do is I give celebrities Pokemon teams. So my
Ooh.
next one so recently I gave Taylor Swift a Pokemon team because of course, you know, Super Bowl, all that.
Oh
And
yeah, I saw that one.
yeah,
I didn't see that one.
Pokemon team. I gave else. I gave I think was it somebody asked me to do Juice World. Somebody asked me to give oh man, so many Pokemon teams. Just and I'm like, you know what? And then they want me to do wrestlers and all that, and I'm like, okay, it's actually pretty fun content.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Can't believe I didn't miss the Taylor Swift one. There was, okay. I'll have to check that one
Oh,
out later.
I did Miley Cyrus too.
How did I
Listen,
miss
when we
those?
were getting ready for it, I binged like
Oh yeah, he binges.
from
This is why he's the script writer.
yeah, I
He's like, I got you.
binged up to I think October or September of last year in your content, and then over TikTok, and then the app glitch and would not let me view anything on the app, but I could view it online. So I viewed a couple online, but over the computer. But this isn't a matter of a couple hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I gave Nicki Minaj a Pokemon team, Stone Cold Steve Austin a Pokemon team. So many just random celebrities. They're commenting, they're like, "Hey, do this one." I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it. It's no problem."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I love that. I love that. I love that series that I'm doing.
Um,
Okay.
could you give yourself a Pokemon team right now?
Yes, yes. People always like I always give people to recommend, but of course, you know, we'd have Gengar.
Hmm?
Um, I'd have a Metagross. That Metagross is my favorite from Gen 3. Gen 2 was Ursaring, so I'd have a Gengar, Metagross, Ursaring, probably a Infernape. I love him. Not Infernape. Incineroar. Incineroar, the fire type. I love how he's just like show offy, but he's a lovable Pokemon. Let's see, that's 4. Who else? So let's see, Gen 1 Gengar, Gen 2 Ursaring, Gen 3 Metagross, Lucario.
Oh, that's a good one.
You check people's vibe. Mimikyu, and then probably I like Gudra too.
Okay.
If I had to give myself a legendary and sub one of them out, I'd probably give myself Rayquaza and sub out Gudra.
Okay.
Yeah, for every celebrity I give them 1 starter and 1 legendary or mystical Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So for Taylor Swift,
go ahead. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Oh no, you good. It's a thing that we all do. Because we wait for that pause and then we talk, and then the person might be done, might not be done. But no, yeah, I gave Taylor Swift Meloetta because performer. I gave her Incineroar as her starter, which shocked a lot of people. Which now I got to do a part 2 because I had a whole lot of Swifties coming in and like, why didn't you give him this? Why didn't you give her this? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I like Taylor Swift, but I'm not as big a Swiftie as like the #1 fan Swifties. Like you will hear me playing "Shake It Off" in my car, but I'm not like, oh, I know all her music. I've been like 5 of her concerts. I have not. But yeah, I gave her Incineroar because I'm like, okay, Incineroar loves the spotlight, and if she needs a bodyguard, I gave her an Incineroar, a Machoke, a for security guards, Delcatty, Jigglypuff, Arbok because she had that whole like snake persona phase. Yeah, that, and then I think I finished it out. I forgot what the other one was, but yeah, everybody was like, "Why didn't you give her a Vaporeon? Why didn't you give her this?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I can only choose 6. I can't give her a whole her own Pokédex."
Listen, the Swifties want her to have a whole army, and she needs the best of the best. That's why the Super Bowl, she's just going to be panned the whole time in the crowd with Trevor and Jason Kelsey's mom just chilling.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna that's one of the reasons why I feel like they're gonna win, and also I hate Kyle Shanahan, but that's a whole different.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
Well, you the Falcons, so you know why I hate Shanahan. How are you averaging 6 yards a carry in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and all of a sudden you start to throw the ball? Anyways, but that's what I did not get. But sorry, I'm going off on a different tangent there.
Oh, you're good, man. Trust me. I know you said you didn't have time to listen to our stuff, but if you listen to us regularly, all our stuff, dude, we go from left to right to the mid. That's why we think people like us, especially when we just go off script. It's like we have a script, we start reading it, and it's just like, let's go.
We end up in Nebraska somewhere.
We end up in Albuquerque.
Yeah, like that made me mad. And then next year, you're the coach of the 49ers. I'm like, oh, so you needed a reference, huh? So you tanked the Super Bowl so that you can get a good reference for the job? Conspiracy theory. But anyways.
I mean, oh, man. But no, I got something that I think you would like since you're an OG fan. I don't know if you're a big manga reader, but you ever heard of Pokemon Adventures?
I have heard about Pokemon Adventures. I won't say I'm a manga. Like, I just got technically like my first 2 mangas, which there was a guy on TikTok who made a manga about like it was like a manga about like bowling and powers and things like that.
Yes, that guy. The TikTok. He's on. You got it from TikTok. The younger guy.
Yeah.
Dude, how is it? How is it?
I haven't. I've read like a few pages. It is good. I just haven't had time to actually sit down and read it in its entirety. But I will say that it is good. Community support is so wonderful. And they motivate me to go live. Like I have my schedule set up, and everybody can see it in the profile. But it's to the point where if I'm not live at that time, 5 minutes later, I'm getting messages. Black Thanos, where you at? Hey, you said you were going to stream. What happened? Are you okay? Are you alive? I'm just running a little behind.
Lord,
But
I know. I was listening before your last stream. I was sitting there listening to you. You're like, oh, I might do a 4 o'clock in the afternoon show. I'm like, ooh, don't you say that, man. Pokemon fans, you might do a 4 or 5 o'clock one. They're gonna get you.
oh yeah. So when we hit goals, I try to reward those goals because I know at the end of the day, people are working hard. They're giving their hard-earned money to me, and that's not being braggadocious or nothing. It's just they, I understand that they're doing this, and no matter if they send a rose or anything, I appreciate every single thing because I tell people from my very first stream, I'm entitled to absolutely nothing. I'm not entitled to anything they give. And the fact that, and I always tell them, take care of your household, take care of your big stuff once, your needs and your wants. Take care of that first. Take care of your family second. And then if I fit in somewhere in there, then yes. But don't put me over your family. Don't put me over anything. Yes, I'm a Poke streamer. Yes, I'm I'm not well known worldwide or anything like that. But I'm known throughout various communities, but I would not want anybody to say, "Oh, well, I got a divorce because I'll send all my money to you, and I wasn't giving none attention to my wife or my family. My kids are hungry, but hey, Thanos got a new Gengar Squishmallow." Like, no, I would feel so bad. So I always tell people, take care of themselves first, and their wants, their needs, their family. Then, if they want to send something to me, then yes.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I commented on your stream last night. I was getting so mad with you when you were fighting Gringard, the legendary, and that Ultra Ball didn't work. That was
Yeah,
making me so mad. And Kyle, you might know this one, but is it me? Is it the more newer games? Ultra Balls are becoming useless. Like I remember playing Legend of Arsonist, and I had like a level 35 Scizor break out of an Ultra Ball. I'm like, how do you break out of an Ultra Ball at level 35?
I think the Ultra Balls have a better chance, but I don't know if they've changed the percentage. I know, shoot, once I got to a certain level, I pretty much only had Ultra Balls on hand
I was
because
like, have you noticed that too, playing? Yeah,
not really.
that is driving me crazy.
it's terrible. I've caught legendaries with a Pokeball, and I'm like, how?
Okay, so it's not just me. That is driving me because like back in the day, right? We're all three OG members. Like back then, Great Balls used to be good, and then you're like, oh, an Ultra Ball, and they used to be OP. Now it's like,
Okay.
whatever works, works.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
sling an Ultra Ball at put like a Caesar back then. Catch. You could. The only thing that were breaking out of Ultra Balls back in the day were legendaries.
And you needed that Master Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I commented yesterday. I commented last night before I went to bed because I was getting mad for you with that Ultra Ball. And you're just like, hey, it's all right. We're good. We're good. Ultra Ball will work again. I was
All
like,
right, Devin. You ready
I
for
was getting mad.
statistics?
I am. Oh, you put up the statistics?
Yes. So in Gen 1, Ultra Balls had a 62.4% rate. In Gen 2, not seeing them. Gen 3, absent. Yeah, I'm only seeing it there. Yeah, it's primarily showing a 62.4% rate, which average tries a 1.6.
Uh-huh.
Side note: shout out to my friend Adam. Like I said, the PO box. He literally sent me. I don't know if y'all see it,
Oh,
but
wait,
a
I see it.
full of snacks, like crammed to the brim of snacks, pork rinds. I mean, just a snack eater's paradise. And I'm like, let me slowly eat this one bag, then this one, because I can't overdo it. But that's one of the things about communities is that no matter what you're playing, even Pokemon, if you do right by people, they'll do right by you. My community has only seen me actually mad twice
Really?
in 9 months twice, and that was one time because on Thursdays we play music. Like people can my mods, my subs can put music in the chat and it'll play the music. And I moved it to Friday last week. Anyways, one guy was trying to play a song by an artist, country guy, Dallas,
Big Bumps?
famous. Dixon Dallas. Anyways.
Oh no. No, that song ain't appropriate. Dude, he went viral this summer, and that was just whoa.
Yes. So once again,
Kyle, you know what song we're talking about? You know what song I'm talking
I
about.
gotta look it up.
That song. Anyways, he wanted to play that song. And before that, I think somebody played Nicki Minaj or something, that was risque. And he was like, well, why can't I play this song? Why was that song played and I can't play mine? And I was like, I'm not comfortable with that song at all, but it made it seem like I was against a certain group of people. And I had to I had to say, and also I said, dude, you're 14 and you want me to play that song. And I'm like, no.
I don't think that makes you against a certain people. I mean, even if it was just based on genres, I think you're allowed to have preferences for genres.
And in my opinion, you're a Pokemon community. That's targeted. Look, Pokemon's demographic is towards kids. And let's just say, like I said, I randomly came across your stuff one day. Let's say if I was like an 8-year-old kid, and if I heard that stuff, oof.
And I have to be careful because, like you said, kids watch that, and I have to be careful with what they hear. Now, growing up, around 8, 9, I listened to rap music and things like that, and I played GTA. I played a lot of the stuff that I shouldn't have at my age, but I had good parental guidance to where my mom was like.
I think today it's worse. Today it's worse because of everything.
They don't watch kids anymore. They don't watch what they do, anyways. But she was like, you can't do any of that stuff in real life. You can't go into the middle of the street, unalive somebody, and 5 minutes later, everything's fine. Oh my God, my mom, shout out to my mom. She is ruthless, even to this day. But yeah, so it was one of those things where I had to, because with TikTok, you have to be careful with what you say and how you say it and things like that, because you don't want to seem like you're discriminating against anybody. In my community, we love everybody, no matter who you love, no matter if you're left, Democrat, Republican, black, white. It does not matter your ethnicity or any of that. As long as you're a good person, then you're welcome in the community. But I was like, dude, I can't play that song because of the graphics. The lyrics are so graphic, and that's why I put a ban on certain songs, because at the end of the day, I got to realize that this is, I hate to put it like this, but it's a business. I'm making money playing video games. Now, I don't center all my energy around the money aspect. I don't concentrate on the money aspect, but I do generate money. And if I'm getting myself in trouble with TikTok, that's like me going to work and going to work on pharmaceuticals, or going to work inebriated or something like that. I'm not going to mess with my bottom line. I'm not going to like say you do coaching and everything. That's like you partying with the players and getting tore up, and to the point where y'all are getting like law enforcement bad. Things like that.
Yeah.
You're not going to mess with your bottom line and get yourself fired. So with TikTok, I have to be careful. Yes, I can be friendly and I can be loving and I can be all that. But at the end of the day, it is a business, and I do want to do this full time. And being full time, I can't get suspended for doing something silly.
I feel that. Yeah, man, we're in the same boat. That's why we watch what we say, and of course, here, we respect all walks of life. And one thing Kyle tries to do for Pride Month, things like that, is we always do a Pride episodes and things like that. And we even do like, Kyle, can you say the abbreviation? Because I always say it wrong.
LGBTQIA plus.
Yeah, so we're the same way. We watch what we say too, because it's like, dude, we ain't trying to get, we work what little we do have, we've worked hard for, and it's like one bad thing can just destroy you. So I feel that.
I think it's good to be mindful of what we say across the board and just be considerate. Even if you're not part of that community, even if you're not part of that group or that, I think it's important that you be mindful of their space and make sure that even though you're not in that marginalized group, that you do make it a safe space that they're welcome in and they don't feel shunned or excluded upon.
Yep. Because at the end of the day, and I'll just say this, and that's that even if in a hypothetical world, hypothetical situation, I was just so anti, right? It is not what I think and what I feel does not stop what's in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Which does not stop what you feel. So even if I was, oh, blah, 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 and all that, this, that, and the other, live your life. At the end of the day, I got my own problems to worry about. I can't worry about how you live your life. And even if I, like I said, even if I was anti, like my brother always says, when my heart stops beating, your heart doesn't. What I think, what I feel does not affect your life. But also shout out to him too, because he said a quote, and this is one of the quotes that also made me want to become a streamer. He said, either you're going to make your dreams come true, or you're going to clock in and make somebody else's dreams come true.
Dude, facts. That's pretty good.
Like, damn, that makes sense. I need to get this streaming stuff off the ground, because my dream is to be able to be a full-time streamer. And if not, I'm going to be clocking in and make somebody's going to be going to Cancun because I'm sweating I'm working my ass off. So yeah, shout out to him too.
Favorite Pokemon Dex entry?
Oh
my goodness. Ooh,
I'm willing to take whatever one that pops into your head first as well.
Well, I do like the whole aspect of Snorlax. Now, I'm not saying he's my favorite, but I do like Snorlax, the fact that, like I said, he eats 400 pounds of food a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine just eating oh my gosh. As well as the various entries on Gengar, Lucario's with the whole reading the vibe, Mimikyu's with not knowing what's underneath the cloth, and anybody that looks under the cloth is basically unalived.
Yep.
Is that the weird one that dresses up as like a Pichu?
Yeah, Pikachu, yeah, with the cloth.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that one.
So what I remember is I think it's Torchic. It's where if you hug it, it will keep you warm, or it will stay warm.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
For me, I like how I just literally, as we got done doing this, I just got done watching the first season of Pokemon ever. I'm trying to binge watch them. I'm trying to find them. It's hard to find them all because Netflix is like, yeah, we own the rights, but we don't own every season. So I finished the first season of ever in a row, and I like Ditto. I like the little Ditto episode dedicated to Ditto.
See, and add that to the Pokemon that you can never have in real life.
I know, dude. The Pokemon movies shows how scary that would have been.
Like, they're scary on so many aspects. Like, how many people would send their Dittos to work for them and stuff would not get done? One. Two, how many people would say, hey, Ditto, transform into Nicki Minaj. Ditto, transform into...
Oh, no, we're going into a dark alley. No, I don't want to.
Turn into Ryan Reynolds. Like, no.
Poor
Ditto. I mean, it's already bad enough that in the daycare, it's just... Anyways.
Yeah, lots of eggs.
Okay.
I could be whatever you want me to be, honey.
And to avoid that, we're going to move on to the next question. What has been your favorite mod to play with so far?
I can name 3 off the top of my head.
Okay.
Pokemon Infinite Fusion is like pretty much, I think, my top, because that's what gave me my start. At the time, which I'm still technically a small time streamer, but at the time of having like just maybe 1,000, 2,000 people, nobody knowing who I am, people loved watching the story of Pokemon Infinite Fusion, because you could take, like I said, a Charizard, a Bulbasaur, or a Blastoise and put it together and make a brand new Pokemon. I love that. It had you could get the badges from Kanto, the badges from Johto. I don't know if anybody's ever watched me play this game, so I don't know if y'all have. But
when I first came across your profile, you were playing it. I know what you're talking about. That was the first video of yours that I came across because I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
because I've never seen it before.
It's a bit of a spoiler in it, and I'm not going to. All I will tell you is this. I mean, if y'all don't care, I'll tell you. But
I personally don't mind.
Go for it.
Okay, so the game takes place.
Wait, hold up. If you at home have not played it, pause this video, go play it, and come back another day. All right, go nuts.
Yeah, so this game takes place 3 years before the events of Gold and Silver. You're playing as Red. So when you go to I forgot what city it is with the Pokemon school in Johto, you'll see a kid in there with not regular school kid attire, and it'll just say ... That's Gold. You're talking to 3 years in the past. So once you get all the Kanto badges, all the Johto badges, you talk to Cynthia and Gary, and they're like, something's going on in the world, somebody's messing with time and space and all this. So you go to Mount Silver. Now, I was streaming this the first time I played it, and you see a vortex. No, you battle the triple fusion of Giratina, Palkia, and Dialga fused together. And then it creates a wormhole. So you step into the wormhole, and it says you've been transported through time and space. So you're literally on the top of Mount Silver, and I'm getting goosebumps while talking about this. You take one step forward, and you see Gold walk up the hill. And that's the ultimate battle.
Okay. So that gives me goosebumps a little bit.
Yeah. I know. I'm kind of intrigued. I'm like, ooh.
I was like, oh, snap. Oh, like that. So it kind of makes Gold and Silver canon.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, oh my gosh. So then like Gold has like a Suicune fused with something, a Entei fused with something. And so your goal is to beat Gold. And then, yeah, so I mean, it was like epic. Freaking epic.
Okay.
And then also shout out. Oh, so sorry. With that game, they're coming out with new sprites updates every month. So they got new fusions every month. Oh my gosh! And I need to.
Oh no, I've definitely seen some TikToks on like different fusions, and I enjoy all of them.
Game, Pokemon Annual. It's Spanish for Pokemon Indigo.
Okay.
It takes place in Kanto, and so it's the storyline of Kanto, but they have Pokemon from every generation, from Pokemon Gens 1 through 9. Not all the Pokemon from every generation, but Gens 1 through 9. And it follows that storyline, but it's also modified to where there's a side story going on with Giovanni and reason why, like, going after Mewtwo, his reason of going behind, trying to get Mewtwo, and it's a very good, very solid game. And to have a Incineroar in Kanto is just it's so fun to have, or a Metagross or a Skeledirge, or Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet in there. Third, it's a ROM hack, and people have fun every time I play it. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokéduel. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Inside, well, once again, Kanto. A lot of stuff happens in Kanto. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokéduel, so you have Yu-Gi-Oh! monsters. Your starters are Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, and Red Eyes. And Giovanni is teaming up with the Rare Hunters to get all the pieces of Exodia to take over the world. Now, and people get sent to the Shadow Realm. There's a side mission where a boy wants me to basically banish Mr. Fuji to the Shadow Realm, and he gives me 1 million Pokédollars for dueling Mr. Fuji and beating him. And then it has like the main story. Then it has it has the Pokemon League. Then it has the GX League, with Jaden and all that. It's a very good game. And then a bonus one, Animon. Animon's pretty good too. It has like anime characters as Pokemon. So your starters are Naruto, Goku.
I've seen that one. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, that one, that's actually pretty funny. So those are my, well, I guess 4 now.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You started off with 3. You see where life takes you.
Yep.
Are you ready for the next question?
Oh boy.
What Pokemon are you most
Kyle,
scared of?
Hold up. Kyle, listen, see, we got somebody brand new, and now you got him scared like you do me sometimes. See, it's the way you deliver people. Look, he's holding his squishmallow.
What Pokemon are you most scared of?
Off the top of my head, between Electrode, anything very poisonous, because getting your Pokemon poisoned during an adventure is very annoying. I think it's between those, really.
Okay.
Because it's like, oh, it's Electrode. Oh, it used self-destruct.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. Most of mine were like Duskull, Drifloon, Drowsy. That just happened. I just realized I'll have to start with D, but a lot of them like aren't good and like adopt children and all that.
Yeah. Drifloon definitely, and that's one of the that was one of my videos about the best worst Pokemon to have in real life was Drifloon. Like, it literally abducts children.
Yeah.
Which one you know which one I'm scared of, just because it's so rare to catch, is it's the one that always teleports. It's asleep. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Abra. Trying to catch an Abra is like trying to pull teeth, and they're so hard to find.
You gotta use like mean luck on it, or hopefully you can outspeed it, or you just
or that
Pokeball.
Or
that rare chance that you get first. Yeah. That's insane.
But next question. If you were a Pokemon, what type would you be?
Oh man, it would be it's a three-way tie between Ghost, Fire, and Fighting. Because
that's a good combo.
Ghost, most of my favorite Pokemon are Ghost types. Fighting because side note, I'm also a martial artist on top of a teacher, on top of a streamer. I've been studying the art of Wing Chun for the past 5 years, which is the same thing that was taught to Bruce Lee back in the day. I'm after Ip. By the way, you can watch Ip Man on Netflix, played by Donnie Yen. Wonderful movie, and it was made within the past 10 years. So yeah, I've been studying that. So I love, fighting type Pokemon to a great degree. But I would say between Ghost and Fire are definitely my top two, and then fighting along with it.
Okay. All right. This one I feel like you've kind of already answered. If you were in the Pokemon universe, would you be a trainer, professor, or gym leader?
If I had to eliminate, I would say eliminate Professor first, because I'd want to be out there. And professors are pretty much, I would say professors do a little bit of venturing, but they're not like, oh, I've seen Professor Oak 5 times. 8 times in this game. Like, you see him in the beginning, see him at the end.
I feel like professors did the whole like trainer thing and then settled down. That's always what I imagined.
Well, kind of like Gary. Gary did that. Yeah. Gary was a trainer, and then he became like a gym leader. Then I think later a professor. I would say I would be a gym leader.
Okay. Would you be primarily Ghost type?
Yes. I'll be primarily Ghost type, because my partner would be Gengar. But then I would so one of the games also I played was Pokemon This Gym of Mine, where you're a gym leader, and you get to choose your typing, and you get to have as the game goes on, you can carry more and more Pokemon as your gym gets more popular. But you can have so you pick your type, and then you need to have so many of Ghost type Pokemon, for example, and then you can have two Pokemon that aren't you can have two Pokemon that aren't Ghost type, but as long as they can learn your gym's TM. So I think for the Ghost, it was Shadow Ball. As long as the Pokemon was not a Ghost and can learn Shadow Ball, they would be accepted. Or if they were like a Poison Ghost, they were accepted as that Ghost criteria. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be a trainer turned gym leader. There we go.
Okay. What is your least favorite Pokemon type?
Dragon?
Oh, is
I
it
feel like
because
that's
of
a lot of
Pokemon
people.
Shiny Pearl? Is it because of Cynthia?
Yeah, Cynthia. Now, Cynthia, Lord Jesus. Anyways, Cynthia,
Am I saying it
well,
right?
that's because nothing really hurt. Not much hurts. They're like big, rugged, and tough. Like only that beats them is fairy and ice, really.
Yeah, with her Gengar or whatever, Chomp. You know what I'm talking about, right? And Shiny and Pearl. Yeah,
yeah,
dude,
yeah. Also, I would say if not them, I would say maybe either poison or rock type. Because rock, they have that sturdy ability, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm left with 1 HP. Earthquake."
I'm telling you.
Yeah, so that and poison, because poison is the most annoying thing. Like sleep, you can eventually wake up if your Pokemon's tough enough. Poison is like it's there. It's there. You got to either cure it or it's slowly going to wear you down.
Oh yeah, I would say poison. What game have you spent the most time on?
Infinite Fusion. I beat that game like 10 times because before I found games, before I found mods that would recommend me really good games, that what hooked people in. People love the fusion aspect of it. I used to do what's called Fusion Fridays, where my live would be 2 hours of just fusing Pokemon. I would get the item called the Magic Boots, which allowed me to have debug mode. So I would add every Pokemon to the game, and then whatever Pokemon you wanted, I would fuse it. And then if you send a certain gift, you would get 2 uninterrupted fusions. But yeah, I spent so much time on that game because let's face it, that's the most catchy concept in Pokemon. Being able to take 2 Pokemon and put them together to make something new. I mean, that to me, if Pokemon, what they need to do, and this is just my advice, if the Pokemon Game Freak ever notices this or whatever, look at some of these smaller developers and pay them. Take this idea. Because can you imagine, like on the next Nintendo Switch, being able to fuse Pokemon together in a 3D format? It's like
That would be
a
pretty dope.
monster, not Monster Rancher, not Monster Hunter, Monster. The thing with the little slime character, I can't think of that.
Dragon Quest?
Not
Yes, Dragon
Quest. Was it
how
Dragon
you could
Quest?
monsters together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so to be able to fuse, like to take a Gen whatever Pokemon and put them together, oh my gosh, that would be so awesome.
That brings me to my next question. What is your favorite fan-made Pokemon design?
So you're talking about just the act, like not fused, just regular.
Yeah, like say you came across a Pokemon design, like completely original design, it just kind of stuck with you because you thought it was so cool, or you just really liked it.
Between Lucario and Metagross. Metagross just looks so cool and rugged like a tank. Lucario, he reminds me of like, Ryu, of so many other, like, I remember catching getting Lucario and naming it Ryu or Riolu. That's where I got the Ryu name from it, because it could do like the whole Hadouken. I think that's yeah. I mean, there's so many others, but I think that's like the good go-to ones.
Okay, I've got one last question. Finally, what is your least favorite Pokemon game?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh my god! I'm gonna get so much hate for this. I really am. I think if you're talking about main series Pokemon games, I would say my least favorite would be Black and White. And people are going to shut me for that. I know it. Now, like I said, it's not the story. It's not the story. Like I said, when it comes to starter, I'm biased. This is a biased answer. I'm not saying it's trash. I'm not saying it's a bad game. But Pig Knight, I mean, Embor, really? That was the most. Oh,
I didn't think that was the best.
Yeah, that was
the best. I like little.
Fire
I like
Star.
Oh no, I
piggy.
liked the import, but
But I mean, like red and blue, you can't say they're the
you
worst.
can't go wrong with red and blue.
Gold and silver, they had two generations. You can't say that. Gen 3 Hoenn, that was good. You might be able to say Diamond and maybe, or
Diamond Pearl.
or you could say
well, the remake was bad in my opinion.
yeah, or you could the remake was bad. Or you could say, oh, you know what? No, I got something better. Because Black and White story was good. Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, dude, yeah, I have problems with it just because of the frame rate, and the story's not good. I haven't finished. Like, I'm nowhere near done beating it.
Yeah, I changed my answer. I'll say Scarlet and Violet.
You have a good day.
I like the whole free roaming aspect of it. That was great. But once again, that goes into the whole Power World challenging. If Power World takes off, they're going to challenge Pokemon to be better and to come up with better, not rush, take their time. Competition breeds excellence. So if they challenge them to be better, I'm all for it. So yeah, I would say Scarlet and Violet was hard to get through. Sword and Shield was easy, but Scarlet and Violet, it took a long time.
This is gonna sound controversial, but the one that I had, I don't know if it was just the time I was in, Alola, I liked the idea, but I can stick with it or finish the game because I don't know if it was, I started it, but I never really finished it.
Well, then again, I will I bounce around with that. Because Lola was the concept was good, but you got to think about it. This was the first game that was really catered towards the new generation. Between that and Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which I don't count those games. I don't count them because
they're too dumbed down.
Yeah, they were dumbed down for the newer generation to hook the new generation into Pokemon. So I don't count those. But yeah, Lola, that was easy. That was too easy of a game for me. It wasn't challenging. Yep. But I did like the story with the Ultra Wormhole and them. I did like the story concept. But yeah, I would say between that and Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet just seemed like they rushed it, and they could have came up with a better concept other than terrestrialization.
Let me ask you this: a spin-off series, just real fast, and then I'll be done. Pokemon Rangers. Do you remember Pokemon Rangers?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but at the time, I couldn't afford it. I don't think I played a Rangers game, and I need to.
I love it.
I need to, but I haven't.
I mean, they're hard to find now because they're super rare, but still, those were fun back in the day.
I'm not gonna lie, I had the bootleg version. So it kept bugging, and you can only get to like a certain point because of the protocols they had on the Pokemon games. For what I did play, I loved that game.
I lost my copy years ago. I'm a little disappointed.
Yep.
All right, Kyle. Anything else? Or are you good?
I can ask one more question, but it's not written down. What's your favorite anime as far as Pokemon?
Wait, my favorite anime as far as what?
Pokemon.
Oh, Luke, so I was going to a totally different tangent.
I mean, we can if you want.
I'll say Sword Art Online if you're talking about not Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
But Pokemon, I would say, oddly enough, the same game I don't like, I like the anime version.
Yeah.
Sun and Moon. Because he finally won it. 20 years in the making, he finally was top dog. And then, I got to say the most recent one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I crapped on that too. The most recent one because the moment with Pikachu basically half fainting and then all the Pokemon coming around him and it's all like his friends, and then he gets up and he's like, "No, I'm not going down." And then oh man, that was like we're like, "Oh snap, Pikachu, it's gone again. It's over. He lost again." And then he gets up and it's just like, boom, and then he wins, and I'm like, he's now top dog. He's actually the best. He's the number one Pokemon master, if you will.
Yep.
But I don't have anything else. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it. Hey guys, go follow Black Thanos on his TikTok here. He does all the Pokemon content. And don't forget to check out, of course, our podcast, Kyle Show the Random Hour, where it's the pop culture show of ours, and then my podcast, the more sports podcast, where we try to have a little fun with it. Sports podcast with a little bit of fun. And then we got Popcorn Buckets, where we review a movie every Sunday. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Randall Corporate #1 on Twitter. And hey, on Instagram, it's Bucket Boys 2023. Dennis, would you like any last words?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm always welcome to, I'm always willing to come back if need be. Or if y'all just want to just shoot the breeze. Because this was fun. Definitely fun. Yeah, my socials, Black Thanos on TikTok. I am Black Thanos on Instagram, which I don't really use like that, but all my socials are in my link tree. Black Thanos, BLAC Thanos on Twitch. Yeah, everything's there, and everybody's welcome to the community. I love everybody. It's nothing but love and peace and happiness there. So join the fun, and gotta catch them all.
All right, until next time, guys.